My name is Travis Goss, and this is the first in a series of videos I'm doing on YouTube for fanboysanonymous.com entitled Rose-Colored Reviews. This is where I take a look at a bunch of video games, movies, and TV shows that I grew up with and see if they still stand the test of time, and if I can look back upon them through rose-colored lenses. And of course, as you can see, these are just plain-ass glasses, but hey, the first video, cut me some slack, alright? When I actually get some money, I'll get some actual rose-colored lenses, so whatever. Anyways, for this first video, we're going to go all the way back to 1983 and take a look at a video game that I loved playing back then, and I still love playing it today. And that is Keystone Kapers for the Atari 2600. Now, in 1983, we had the infamous video game crash, where the market was just saturated with too many video games to the point where even some had to be buried in a landfill out in Nevada or somewhere. We all know what we're talking about there. So, that being said, there are still some pretty cool games that came out that year, and this happens to be one of them. Now, the object of Keystone Kapers is you are Officer Keystone Kelly, and what you're doing is you're chasing Harry Hooligan all throughout a 3-level department store. And in this quest to capture Harry Hooligan, you have to avoid a bunch of obstacles. You have bouncing balls that you have to jump over, as well as runaway shopping carts, which again you have to jump over. And one thing you have to also avoid in the game is remote control airplanes, because if you get hit by one of these things, you will lose a life, and that sucks ass. And if you happen to run into one of the bouncing balls, shopping carts, or even if you don't jump completely over these old style radios, you freeze for just a moment, but you also lose some time. And the faster you go through this this game to capture Harry Hooligan, the more points you receive. And along the way, you actually get a chance to pick up briefcases and bags of money, which will increase the overall total that you get in the game. And the great thing about this game is it is so simple. Anybody can play this because, yeah, it was on the Atari. You just had a joystick and a fire button. Pretty simple stuff. Anybody can play this game. And I remember back when I was a kid, I was 3 years old, right? And I got up from a nap, and my dad actually carried me into the dining room where my brother had an Atari hooked up. And he borrowed it from a friend of his, and they were going to try it out and see if they're going to buy it from his friend who was selling it. And I remember getting put in the high chair, and they were playing this very game. And I remember screaming and crying, I want to play this, I want to play this. And I carried on for so long they finally gave me a controller. And, make me feel like I was playing the game, in which case I wasn't. They just gave me the controller so I'd shut up. But I'll never forget when I actually played the game for the first time. Probably didn't do very well, but I definitely had a lot of fun playing it. It brings back so many great memories for this game. And something else I need to tell you about this game as well. You actually have a time limit. And I think I kind of said that earlier when I told you if you got hit by something, you would actually lose some time. You're given 50 seconds of game time. And what you have to do is you have to traverse throughout the department store. And you have to go through each level of the department store to reach Harry Hooligan, who is just casually running away from Officer Keystone Kelly. So how do you traverse from level to level? Well, you've got an elevator system that is on all 3 floors of the department store. And on the far left of the whole map, you have escalators on the 1st and 3rd floor. And off to the far right of the game map, you have an escalator on the 2nd floor. Now, while you're also trying to avoid all these obstacles to get to Harry Hooligan, you have to use these different types of modes of transportation to get to the higher floor, so that way you can get to Harry Hooligan. Because if he gets to the rooftop and he gets all the way to the end of the map, you lose a life. And you also lose a life if you get hit by the remote control airplane. I think I mentioned that earlier, but anyways. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the greatest games I've ever played. But does it still stand the test of time today? And obviously, with so many advances in video game technology, the only people who would play this game are people like me who grew up with the Atari 2600. And maybe if you have some people out there who are curious about retro games, yeah, I definitely would say give this a shot. It is a fun game. I love it. And you might like it too if you haven't played it yet. If you don't have an Atari 2600 and you're not able to get a copy of this game, which first of all, you can easily find this on eBay for a few bucks. No problem. I've had this ever since this came out. And if you can't get access to that game that way, Activision through the years has released different types of compilation games we can find on the PlayStation 1. There's an awesome PS2 Activision compilation game, and this game is perfectly emulated on that. So I would recommend getting that if you can't get this cartridge. And you can also find this on the Xbox 360 in some form. It's like a digital download through some sort of a classics collection type thing. Just check it out. Excuse me, I have a bit of an itch there. But anyways, what should I score this? Because yeah, I'm going to be one of those guys that's going to give a score for a game that is reviewed on the show. So excuse me. So I'm going to give this game, Rose Colored Reviews gives this game a 7 out of 10. It's okay. It's a fair game, especially if you're a retro fanatic like myself. So, there we go. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the first video of Rose Colored Reviews. I will be posting more videos in the near future, and it's not going to make any announcements right now of what's going to be up on the horizon, but, you know, hey, don't you guys like the element of surprise? I do. But anyways, thank you so much for watching again, and if you guys have any comments or questions, leave a comment below, hit the like button. And also, if you want to email me directly, just email me for now at travisgoss219@gmail.com. And I have a Facebook page. It's under, find me under, this is so strange, travis.goss.3. Or if you're just searching, just put, Travis Goss up there. Anyways, and I'm on Twitter. You can find me at travisgoss79. So thank you for watching. We'll see you on the flip side.